In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138. To 2016-170, State of Arkansas versus Jason Allred.
Judge, it looks like Mr. Allred is here for a revocation hearing. Judge, in this case, it looks like Mr. Allred is being supervised out of the county, making some improvements, but still has some things he needs to work on. The state would like to continue this, to make sure that he continues to get in compliance. If we can continue this out to the court's March setting, the first March setting, I think that would give him time to either do it or not.
All right. The 60-day, the 60-day has been waived.
If not, Judge, we would waive the 60 days.
It'll be continued to March 8th of 2019 for hearing on that date or resolution. I hope it's still active. We're continue to work with the probation officer. We may be excused.
Page 5.
2018-406. Oh, and 16-204. I'm sorry, two cases. Eighteen 406 is for trial in July, down for trial in July with a pre-trial hearing on March 22nd. And today's date will simply kind of review the status of the case. That's the one that's pending. And then
Judge, Judge, at this point, Mrs. Sayers in the Telestai house, looks like she's doing well. There's kind of been a tentative deal that they're working towards. If we just leave it as scheduled, I think should resolve itself if she fulfills her obligations. On the revocation,
Revocation, we have it down for today and then for a revocation hearing on February 8th.
And Judge, if we can leave that February 8th date, I think it's likely we would be able to plead those cases out on that date.
All right. What we'll do. So you have reappear for hearing or resolution on February 8th. All right. Please keep doing well in the program. I've forgotten what the dates I said earlier about the other cases.
March 22nd.
On the 18406, you appear on that case on February 8th as well, but it's down for a pretrial hearing on March 22nd and a trial the week of, I believe it's July 15th, is that right?
correct, Your Honor.
All right. So all of those are the scheduled dates. So, you understand, if you leave Telestai House, you need to not only clear that with your probation officer, but you need to check in with the court. All right. You may be excused. 2018-414, State of Arkansas versus Gabriel Chisholm.
Correct, Your Honor. Mr. Chisholm is present, if I may approach. He's got a companion civil forfeiture case 2019-7 that will enter in agreed order along with this plea.
Appeared on December 7th and entered a plea of not guilty and was set down for today's date on this court's docket. The matter's ready for plea.
Your Honor, he was set originally for attorney status. He's employed in my office. Quick review of the case, it's pretty clear cut that this is probably the best case we had for the state and the defendants.
Mr. Chisholm, you're appearing at this time for purposes of changing your plea on the charges against you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this change of plea is brought about by an agreement that's been worked out for you by your attorney, Mr. Gibson, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you discussed the terms of the agreement and the punishment you received from Mr. Gibson?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you understand what the agreement is?
Yes.
Are you satisfied satisfied with the advice and the representation that Mr. Gibson has provided you?
Yes, sir.
On the charges of possession of marijuana with the purpose to deliver a Class B felony and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class A misdemeanor, as well as speeding. On those charges, how do you now plead? You're in this plea of guilty pursuant to the agreement in this case. You feel you understand what the agreement is all set out in writing in the document I'm holding up. It's titled Act 346 Plea Statement. Have you read through and signed this plea statement document?
Yes, sir.
And have you reviewed and signed this plea statement? Have you reviewed and signed this plea statement? Do you feel you understand what's set out in the plea statement?
Yes, sir.
You then understand the nature of the charges against you and the full range of penalties you're facing.
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights that you give up by pleading guilty.
Yes, sir.
When you plead guilty, the felony charge against you, you're giving up a right to a jury trial. You're giving up a right to be represented and assisted by an attorney throughout that trial process. You're giving up the right to confront witnesses who would appear and testify against you. And finally, you're giving up the right to appeal. All of those are rights you're giving up by pleading guilty. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And understanding what rights you're giving up, are you still willing to enter this plea of guilty?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty here today freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody in any form or fashion forced you into this plea?
Yes, sir.
Are you, in pleading guilty, are you admitting to your participation in the crime charge?
Yes, sir.
Are you admitting that on or about the 9th day of November 2018 here in Boone County, you were pulled over for driving in excess of the speed limit, and you were found to be in possession of, it says here, 18 baggies of marijuana, a quantity of cash, and hundreds of dollars, and a marijuana smoking device. Are you admitting to that?
Yes, sir.
Based on those statements, the court at this time is going to find the defendant has freely and voluntarily entered his plea of guilty, done so after consulting an attorney, and has admitted to actions on his part that constitute the basis of the crimes charged. On that basis, the court formally accepts his plea of guilty. However, pursuant to the terms of this agreement and the provisions of Act 346 of 1975 as it's currently amended, the court will withhold formal adjudication of guilt in this case and place the defendant on 3 years of supervised probation. On the felony charge and 1 year of supervised probation on the misdemeanor charge. And those terms of probation will be subject to the standard terms and conditions of probation of this court, a written copy of which is attached to the plea statement. The court is imposing a fine of $1,000, court costs of $150, a warrant service fee of $50, a booking administration fee of $20, the statutory DNA fine of $250, and the mandatory drug crime assessment of $125. All of those amounts will be due and payable as a term and condition of the defendant's probation, with payments to be made in regular monthly installments of not less than $100 per month, beginning within 60 days of this day. The court directs the forfeiture of any and all items seized by law enforcement in conjunction with this case. And I believe that by that being part of this agreement, that would resolve the civil forfeiture case that was mentioned earlier.
Correct, Your Honor.
And we do have a separate agreed order that should be.
Correct. There's a precedent for the civil forfeiture case as well, Your Honor, on the very bottom.
I do have a civil Now, Mr. Chisholm attached to the plea statement are the written terms and conditions of probation. This is a 4-page document. I have signed it. When I sign it, I make it an order of the court that you have to comply with these written terms and conditions. You've signed it at the bottom under the acknowledgement, indicating that you have read, understand, and will comply with the terms and conditions of probation. There's also a part of that, what you sign indicates that you understand the consent to search provisions of Arkansas law that apply to you while on probation. The court will direct at this time that you'll meet with the probation officer and get set up on probation. That's very important that you make sure you sign the form, but I'm just saying, I'm going to emphasize to you how important it is that you actually read those written terms and conditions and know what you have to comply with, because you're a young person right now. You're actually being given a really good chance to walk away from this without any conviction on your record. That's something worth preserving. Make sure you read those terms and conditions of probation, because it's the violation of those that will lead to that conviction being imposed. So make sure you pay attention to that. I directly meet with the probation officer and get set up.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk.
We dropped 3 hours to the kids' swim meet. I took the dog to the groomer.
I tried quinoa.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
Oh.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be, but you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Whether you're hunting, fishing, or tailgating, Clay Maxey Ford has you covered. That's right, near or far, when it comes to getting you where you want to go, America's best-selling truck, the F-150, is up to the challenge.
You can depend on our vehicles, our prices, and most importantly, our people. So come see us today at Clay Maxey Ford in Harrison and in Berryville, or visit us online at claymaxeyford.com and claymaxeyfordberryville.com.
Boone County case CR 2018-264, State of Arkansas versus Benjamin Smith.
Your Honor, we've been able to enter into a plea agreement with the prosecutor, and I think that has been sitting for
All right. Review it. Just so I make sure I understand it, which county is, who's going to be doing the probation supervision?
I believe he's actually going to be supervised here. He had a Washington County case that's been transferred. So
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Smith, you're appearing at this time for purpose of changing your plea on the charges against you here in Boone County, is that correct? All right, then you need to speak up. I can tell what you're saying, but the court reporter needs to hear you, so please speak up.
Yes.
No, have you come up here, sir?
Yeah, it's sitting right
Thank you.
And this change of plea is brought about by an agreement that's been worked out for you by your attorney, is that correct?
Yes.
And have you discussed the terms of the agreement and the punishment you're to receive with Mr. Renetti?
Yes.
Do you feel you understand what the agreement is?
Yes.
And are you satisfied with the advice or the representation you've had from Mr.
Yes.
On the charge of possession of methamphetamine, a Class D felony, how do you now plead? You're in this plea of guilty pursuant to the agreement we talked about. The agreement is set out in writing in the document I'm holding up called the plea statement. Have you read through and signed this plea statement? And in going over it, do you feel you understand what's written out in the plea statement? You then understand the nature of the charges against you and the full range of penalties you're facing. You understand the rights that you give up by pleading guilty. When you plead guilty, you're giving up your right to a jury trial. With that, you also are giving up your right to have an attorney represent you and assist you throughout the trial process. You're giving up your right to confront witnesses that would appear and testify against you at trial. And finally, you're giving up the right to appeal. All of those are rights you're giving up by pleading guilty. Do you understand that? And understanding what rights you're giving up, are you still willing to enter this plea of guilty? Are you pleading guilty here today freely and voluntarily? Has anybody in any form or fashion forced you to this? No. As you plead guilty here today, are you admitting to your participation in the crime? Are you admitting that on or about the 26th day of April of 2018 here in Boone County, you were found to be in possession of a baggie containing methamphetamine? Based on those statements, the court will want to find that the defendant has freely and voluntarily entered his plea of guilty, done so after consulting an attorney, and that he has admitted to his participation in the actions that constitute the crime. On that basis, the court at this time accepts his plea of guilty, judges him guilty of the possession of methamphetamine, a Class B felony, and sentences him to 3 years of supervised probation, subject to the standard terms and conditions of probation of this court, and that sentence is to be in concurrent with a sentence out of Washington County in case number 18- Washington County case 18-1965. The court is imposing a fine of $2,000, court costs of $150, warrant service fee of $50, booking administration fee of $20, the statutory DNA fine of $250, and the drug crime assessment of $125. All of those amounts are due and payable as a term and condition of the defendant's probation. Payments will be made on those in regular monthly installments of not less than $100 per month. Those payments to be made each month beginning within 60 days of this date and then continuing each month thereafter until paid in full. The court is also, pursuant to this agreement, directing the forfeiture of any and all items of property the defendant had or were seized from the defendant at the time of this investigation. The court is placing the defendant, as previously stated, on probation. The written terms and conditions of probation are attached to the plea statement. The court has signed those written terms and conditions of probation, making them an order of this court that the defendant has to comply with. The defendant himself has signed them, indicating that he has read, understands, and will comply with the terms and conditions of his probation, and that he understands the search and seizure provisions of Arkansas law with regard to probation. That will be the order of the court. I'm going to direct that the defendant will meet with the probation officer at this time in order to get set up on probation. Probation officer there. We got another one. So I'm directing you to meet at this time with the probation officer to get specific instructions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may be excused. Have a seat.
How was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet. I took the dog to the groomer.
I tried quinoa.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
Oh.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
Mr. Baker's here. I think on the docket it says final hearing, but this final hearing is actually February the 8th. He's here for pre-trial and no pre-trial conditions to take up. It looks like the state's conveyed an offer and the parties are close to resolution.
All right, I have Mr. Baker here today. You're here today for an appearance. You're down for a pre-trial on February 8th with a jury trial set for February 11th, the week of February 11th. You understand those dates? Yes, sir. All right. Now, it's your obligation to stay in touch with your attorney, who is still Mr. Burnett. So Mr. Gibson's standing in for him while he's tied up in another court proceeding. You need to be in to see him if this matter is going to trial or if it's going to get resolved by some type of plea. You need to be in to see Mr. Burnett, and it's your obligation to do that. So make sure you stay in touch with him. All right? You may be excused. Court calls 2018-98, State of Arkansas versus John Angel. There's also case 2019-13. Same defendant.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Mr. Angel has made application and he's been appointed in one, not in the other.
Thank you. Mr. Angel, who are you employed by?
Sir, right now I don't have, when I've been incarcerated for 2 months.
Oh, that I see now. I just didn't understand the word. I was trying to make a name of a business out of it. Now I understand what you're saying is you're incarcerated. So, all right.
Yes. Your Honor, may I speak on this matter?
Hang on, Mr. Angel. Your
Yes,
wife
sir.
is
All right. The court is going to make the appointment of the Public Defender's Office in case 2019-13. This matter is assigned to the Division 3 docket of Judge Putman. Is there a request to transfer these? I mean,
Judge, I think it would be best to do so, just simply because 2 cases would be easy to dispose of on.
Let's transfer 2019-13 to the Division 4 docket. They'll both be on the Division 4 docket. Now let's see. I was trying to look up Where are they? Okay, now I remember. Mr. Davis was previously Mr. Angel's attorney, and he has, after an alias warrant was issued, has removed himself from the case. He's withdrawn. I'm trying to see. Has the Public Defender's Office been appointed in that case?
In 1898, we have, Your Honor, as far as I know, Mr. Angel has 2 cases.
He's filled out an application. I was just looking for an order.
And it's like it was in 12/7.
Well, an affidavit was filled out after 12/7, but I don't think one's formally been signed. And been signed, so I guess we need to get it.
We'll get the paperwork done.
Where is the court?
We do have a file.
So I'm appointing Mr. Burnett to, I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent him in both cases, but I'll need to sign an order on 2018-98 like I have on this. All right, now, this, we had a previous scheduling order in case 2018-98. I don't think the, let me see where the dates
I believe the jury trial is November 5th.
Yes. So, because of the non-appearance, those dates have already been canceled. I'm going to set this down.
Judge, I would ask for a fairly quick setting.
That's what I was going to say. The violation date of that case was in January of 2018. What do we have in March?
In March, beginning March 11.
I'm setting the trial for March, the week of March 11th. That's already a very crowded trial schedule, so I'll put him down to reappear in front of the court for any pretrial issues on February 8th. All right? Now, moving to 2019-13. He's not been arraigned on that as yet. So, for arraignment on charges of possession of controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2, not methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, a D felony, possession of controlled substance, marijuana, Class A misdemeanor, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class A misdemeanor. Those are the charges against Mr. Angel on those charges. How does he now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Plea of not guilty is noted. I'm going to set these charges down in accordance with the regular scheduling order, which sets them for trial July 15th and sets him for pretrial on April 19th. Now, I'm also going to provide that he'll reappear on these charges also on February 8th in case there's any opportunity for a joint resolution. All of those dates will apply. Mr. Angel, you may be excused at this time.
I think in the 1898 case, I believe it was originally a $5,000 cash bond. Since then, the failure to appear, obviously, I think he's on a no bond hold. I'm not aware, at this point today, I'm not aware in 1913 what the bond is.
Well, we've already lost one court date because of his non-appearance, failing to appear on an earlier trial setting. So at this point, I'm going to leave him on a no bond hold. We'll try the case. We'll move it through the trial. I'm not going to set a bond on these cases. You may be excused, sir.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138. Cold weather has arrived in the Ozarks, and Quality Feed Grains can help you get through the winter months more efficiently. They have a variety of de-icers in stock, including heated dog bowls, heated livestock buckets, heat bulbs and lamps, bucket heaters, and sinking or floating de-icers, plus de-icers for the car as well. Quality Feed Grains, helping you stay warm this winter. 4617 Highway 65 South in Bellefonte and 311 East Prospect in Harrison. We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
2019-10, State of Arkansas versus Lonnie Bryant.
Judge Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent Mr. Bryant. I believe he's here today for the purpose of plea and arraignment.
Yes, sir. And the charges for arraignment are rape, Class Y felony, a second count of rape, Class Y felony, a third count, and a fourth count, and a fifth count, and a sixth count, and a seventh count, and an eighth count, and then sexual assault, the Class B felony, and sexual indecency with a child, a Class D felony. On those 10 counts, how does the defendant now plead?
Not guilty.
Plea of not guilty is noted on the record. This matter is on the Division 4 docket. It will be set for trial the week of July 15th. April 19th will be put down as a pre-trial date. Mr. Bryant. Mr. Bryant, the court would advise you that at this time, and we may take this up in a minute, but this time the You have a bond set at $500,000, cash or professional bond. If you were to make that bond, you need to understand that you have an obligation to be back in court on April 19th with a trial setting the week of July 15th. The court would also advise you if you get out on bond, you're obligated to get in touch and stay in touch with your order, to get in touch and stay in touch with your attorney through the public defender's office. What that means is if you get out, almost the very first thing you should do is contact the public defender's office and set up an appointment and get in to see him. And the court is ordering you to do so. And the significance of that is that if the court's ordered you to do so, if you fail to do that, you can be incarcerated for contempt of court for failing to get in touch and stay in touch with your attorney. I'm not trying to threaten you, I just want you to understand that you have obligations to communicate with your attorney. The attorneys for this court are appointed to so many cases, they don't have time to go out and chase people down. So it's your obligation to stay in touch with them, not theirs to track you down.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, is there an issue with regard to the bond at this time?
Judge, the state could, I would just like to reiterate, if there was a conditions of bond entered that directs no contact, I'd just like him to be verbally notified of that.
The bond that's been imposed does have a condition, has numerous conditions, but the one that you need to be absolutely aware of is that you are to have no contact with any victim or person under the age of 18 and must wear an ankle monitor upon release. That's the conditions of that. Those will be the written conditions that have already been assigned to that bond. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if there's anything further, I'm going to leave the bond where it is at this time, unless there's argument to be heard. No. All right.
I can always argue, Judge, but I don't know if I can make it a compelling one.
Well, you know, that can be brought back before the court if there's an argument that anyone wants to bring forward. All right. You may be excused, sir.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Sullivan Pharmacy has been serving your prescription needs for over 40 years. Our professional staff is glad to assist you with prescriptions, over-the-counter medicines, and healthcare products. Stop by Sullivan Pharmacy if you have questions about Medicare Part D, and we'll be glad to help. If you're in a hurry, use our convenient drive-through window so you don't have to get out of your car. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 North Main Street in Harrison, helping you feel better since 1965.
Hamilton Berger takes on MeTV's #1 attorney, Perry Mason.
Any objection, Mr. Berger? I object. Objection. I object. Overruled.
Will Hamilton Berger ever beat Perry Mason?
Don't bet on it.
2018-127, State of Arkansas versus Andrew Clark.
Judge, we're not sure on Mr. Clark's status with the Public Defender's Office. It shows that I represent him because it's a Division III case. However, we don't have a file if it's a new revocation. We may not have been appointed.
Well, that's what I was going to check.
It is a new one.
Yeah, petition was filed October 5th of 2018. not served, however, until the 1st of January. And I don't see that he's been arraigned on the allegations. On the allegations that are contained in the petition, which are a failure to report was alleged that he missed an office visit on September 7th. The officers did a home visit at his mother's home and were informed that he was not living there. He thereafter failed to report to his, as of September 28th, when this matter was prepared for revocation, he had had no contact with his supervising officer and was behind on his supervision fees. All of those are allegations contained in the petition to revoke.
Judge, I would also note that he will have a new criminal case coming in. I don't think it's been given a number yet, but it's in the process.
Judge, Mr. Clark, I'll ask you to fill out an application for the Public Defender's Office, and Judge will stand in for arraignment and plead not true to the allegations.
I'll fill it out, so I can turn it in. I can fill it out and turn it in.
It's possible, because I was just expecting the judge to see if there's one.
Okay, like I said, it shows us, all right.
On those allegations contained in the petition, how does he now plead?
Not true, Your Honor.
I'm noting his plea of not true. I'm setting for appearance before Judge Putman on February 1st. All right, sir, you may be excused. Now, 2018-407, State of Arkansas versus Joseph Davidson. It's a different Davidson than the one who's in the Newton County Jail.
It looks like Mr. Davidson had an arraignment set December the 7th, which he failed to appear. An alias warrant was issued. He's since been picked up. We have been appointed to the case.
Judge Putman has him, so he's never been arraigned.
Correct, Your Honor. I think he's been scheduled out for a plea deadline and jury trial, and those dates are well within reach of what this case needs to be resolved. So I think if we're arraigned today, if we need to schedule, I think the case might on track as it should.
On the charges of possession of controlled substance, methamphetamine, Class D felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, separate Class D felony, possession of controlled substance, marijuana, Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does Mr. Davidson now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea is noted. He's on scheduling order out of Division 3, setting him for trial in the week of July 29th with a final hearing on June 28th. That's those will be the dates that he needs to be aware of. All right.
And Judge, would the court entertain addressing bond on Mr. Davidson? I know it's a Division 3 case, but it looks like
sure.
He was originally out on a $3,000 bond to cash professional. Mr. Davidson, do you have a reason why he didn't appear December the 7th?
I just accidentally missed court. I didn't realize I had court.
Where do you live?
I live in Valley Springs, Your Honor.
And how long have you lived there?
That's my place.
How long have you been there?
How long have I been there? Like 2 years.
Do you have employment, or did you have employment?
No, sir. I've been unemployed for a little while.
And Judge, if memory serves, and looking at the warrant, I do think at one point his original court date was 11/30 when he was given that date. And I don't know if there's anything to reflect. I don't believe the file was set up, and then 12/7 when he was supposed to be back in the hearing when he missed. I would ask the court if he could, I don't want to say reinstate the $3,000 bond, but give a new $3,000 bond to Mr. Davidson. Just the fact that this case didn't set for the hearing until June.
I'm going to set this case. I'm going to set a bond, which I think is reasonable given the circumstances of $10,000 cash for possession. All right, Mr. Davidson, if you make that bond, you have court ordered. You know, the thing to understand is when you're ordered to appear in court, that's a court order. And you better take it a whole lot more seriously than you did the last time. It's not just something you should forget or not really realize you have court. When you're ordered to appear in court, it's a court order. And so you are now court ordered to appear on June 28th in front of Judge Putman and for trial the week of July 29th. You also have applied to the Public Defender's Office, and what I'm going to advise you is when you get the free services of a basically free attorney, you have an obligation to stay in touch with that attorney. And it's no excuse that, well, I just couldn't get in to see him, or I had trouble getting hold of him. It's your obligation to do that. So make sure you make arrangements. If you make that bond, I've said, make sure you immediately get in touch with the attorney. You call the Public Defender's Office, schedule an appointment, and keep that appointment. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You may be excused.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Find nearest bakery.
Showing nearby bakeries.
Find party supply store near here.
2019 Corolla, loaded with the latest tech and Toyota Safety Sense standard.
I got it all.
Where's my mom?
She wasn't on the list.
Right now, get $2,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2019 Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.